I am here to do some healings and readings, and my fixing the camera. So I'm just doing some examples of some stuff today. And now my camera doesn't want to work right. Okay, we got this. Working through the issues. During my other show, I got a paid reading, and I ended up getting, some free reading. People emailed me. So this is just me introducing myself as Brenda Medicine Woman, and here I am for doing the show. I have other formats, and I do it on other stations. So the first person that paid for a reading is Cecily. Cecilia, I don't even know how to say it. Garcia. I don't know why I always have problems with your name, my dear. But she paid for 11 minutes. And we are going to go in this route. Now, I know it's about job and relationship at home. If I were to look, the energy, that's interesting. I see a lot of green with a little bit of yellow, and it seems to be out in the field. And I keep seeing process the sweets of your life. What does that mean? Processing the sweets of life. Not able to really take in the sweets. So where is your eyes looking? Oh, I keep hearing the word we. So in order for you to have joy, peace, harmony, sweets in life, there has to be, what do you want to call it? You're not doing I, we're doing we. But I don't think you're doing the I or the we. Someone else is. And I feel like in a way that has to be included with mother-in-law. Is that about right? Yeah, about right. Okay, so in this energy reading, I feel like your mother-in-law is putting we. Now, is she saying we as in her and you? No, her and your husband. We. Sister? Yeah, you're not included in this family deal. But your energy field is that you should know this. You should know that there's supposed to be a we. Now it says in the colon area, it's how relaxed or uptight you are. So are you relaxed? Are you uptight? Because this energy is pushing against you, and it still says we. I'm looking at the energy loss, and it said that you have to become very self-conscious because she makes it so. It's like you become more aware that that's what she says, that's what she wants, that's what you're doing. We're just going to say, why is this mother-in-law, why is your soul choosing to have the mother-in-law this so far into it? And it's because you have an arrested development. Now, if you happen to be coming new to the room, let me know you're here. Give me a thumbs up. Give me, what do you call it? Say hello. So Spirit wants you to get recognized for who you are. And according to this, you don't. You have to, like I just gave an example, I have to check this, I have to do this, I have to do that. And yet, this is the story. This arrested development came about when you were probably 13, and it goes very way back inside the womb, at least by 1 month old. So you were picking up those energy fields. What were you picking up? Being arrested, the development. What is being arrested? The feelings of being indifference. You are supposed to give your attention to those that, the squeaky wheel, the one that needs to be oiled first, the one that squeaks the loudest. But this energy is asking for you to be demanding you give your energy and your attention and do what she says. Now, you are a rebel. Nope, not going to do it. which causes you to be very incompatible. I'm looking at the compatibility with you and her, and it is down to a +4. It should be a +10. It's asking you to look at your third chakra, front, back, having to do with the way the world conscious thinks. Really? Because now all of a sudden my head wants to go spacey. What's this about? It's the action. So if it's arrested development, so what did you learn when you were in there? See, they just said good question. What did you learn? You learned that you are consciousness and that you're disapproved of. So you must have picked up while you were inside the womb that you were disapproved of. Right on the money. Because of money issues. Wow. Okay, so the toxicness of relationships. You were not. I wonder if it's an exact mirror. Oh, so what I'm hearing is that when you were being born, did the mother-in-law not want you to be born? If you know what I mean. Dishonored. So you being in the family dishonors the woman. So I would assume that would have to be your grandma. Be in 1 month in the womb, because not you, but your mama dishonored the family because she got pregnant somehow, maybe out of wedlock or too young or whatever it is. But you picked that up inside the womb. What is this? Is it world consciousness? Are you talking about she's picking up the consciousness from her mother, from the world, from the family dynamics? Really? Consciousness from the family dynamics. Tell me more about this. Oh, now see, I didn't think anybody was here, but now I see my screen. That just popped in. How interesting is that? Habits. So this is, you see nothing, no changes, and boom, then you see it. Yes? That makes sense. This is a very deep one, Garcia. This is very deep because it says you're going back. This is going to affect your job. Okay, let me see this. The compatibility with your job is still 9.5. That's good. We want it higher, but that's good. Osculation, the energy inside her, outside of her. As she picked up 1 month in the womb, that projects out that her life has to be powerless. You have to be hopeless, defensive, and you then are to become strong. Got to do what you got to do. And this is what you're going to do. So in a way, you ask for this to happen, this disapproval and disgrace and this dishonor to happen so that you could allow yourself to move into the direction that you need to move in to become a strong woman. But in your etheric body with a spiritual issue, in the etheric body is that you are meant to become stronger by having lofty people push you around so that you could fight back. Now I'm going to ask, do you really need this? No. Did you need it then? Yes. You no longer need it. So you're actually done with that part of the contract with your soul. How does you stop it is that you have to feel every time you become defensive towards that lofty energy. The command for you to change and outgrow people to, if I disengage this defense energy, in this case, you're going to hold L2D, that's left wrist, second position, right there, and then push in deep and then hold that. And think about, like, for instance, you have to define what defensiveness is to you. Then you go ahead and then every time you feel just a twang of it, twang means you become aware of the feeling. You need to go and hold L2D, because you don't want to lose your power anymore to that. And then I want you to look at how that pushes me to become stronger. Now it doesn't serve you, so it really doesn't. It's now you're getting tired. It's like taking that, you have such an auto response that now it's like pushing this boulder up the hill, knowing it's just going to roll down again. You're like, I'm not going to learn any more from this. So they're pointing to the compatibility of the mother-in-law. Just thank that energy and stop exerting. So when they exert their power and you take offense, heal it. And when does she need to do the cord cutting? So on my website, there's under healing tools, there is cord switching. See if you can do that by yourself. If not, you'll have to hire me to help you through the process. Okay. But you're going through, when you let that go, you're going through right and wrong. You're going through the idea of what is, what's the right way. So you're developing new ways to think and feel, which is going to feel like it's clumsy because it's new. But you will develop, because you are going to just see if spirit can come in and give you the energy you need in order for you to move forward in the direction that you need to go into next. Because you should be moving into the direction of becoming more free and clear, getting into more joy, and to allowing yourself to be connected to what you love and what you do, not just your job, but at work. So you don't need people to push you at work. You don't need those certain challenges, because you've actually grown quite a bit. Just watch the overcompensation. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have said that. I should have said it this way. Because before, when you did that, that helped you develop how to move past. But now it's stuck in a cycle. So if you were to think about, how could I be done being pushed in this direction? How could I just disengage in that? I think you would become much healthier and stronger in this field. Yeah, because you're raising the emotional quotient up. Hello, lovely people. I figure it's time to also get this channel going, or this fan page going. And it says there's a bunch of people as my friends, but I don't see that. So now I'm going to look at the promised readings that I did. I just got to find them first. There we go. One of the people, I got to see if I can find them. Sharon. I should have been looking that up, shouldn't I? Somebody wanted a reading, and I talked to her. Oh, I didn't tell you, Amy, who it was. But anyway, could be Sharon Hayward. That's who could have been. There's no way for me to check. But I'll get the other ones. See, and I'm not even sure how to advertise this one. I mean, the same way probably as before. I know I'm talking to you too. And I appreciate you being here. I am so sorry to screw that up, Mary. That was awful. Okay, what I need to do is find and see if I can. Somebody asked me, I believe her name was Sharon. I'm trying to find it, trying to fill in the space so there's no dead air. Hey, I'd like your feedback. I'm trying to listen to spirit on how to talk to the dead a lot more. And I noticed that when I tried to speak to the dead today, and I don't know if you saw it, Mary, and that's let them come through and give me all of these clues, and hopefully somebody will connect with them. And then Amy, I did not see that one person's comment, but the other person, of course, ridiculed me and, said I'm working for the devil. And I'm thinking, where's my paycheck then? But that's such a lie because I where I come from. But I seen that you had to ban 2 people. And I was just curious if, you did the other person say something? Because I haven't gone through the files yet, if that makes any sense. Because I was like, huh? But what does that mean? Why did I call those 2 people out? Because when I finally decided I'm going to come out and be this talking to the dead reader medium, and how dare I put the medium up so that people could see it, and then it jumped up to 90 people. Like I said, it takes me back to that time when that woman said that I, oh my God, you're talking to the devil. It's like made me laugh but back then it scared me so bad. I simply just forced myself to stay hidden for such a long time. And I said, how do I talk in such a way that allows me to, do this? My mind just shut down. Spirit just shut it down. And that's what I did. I shut it down for such a long time. I didn't want people to know it. Now that's funny. Well, that can't be the same woman. It could be. I found it, but that can't be. Oh, now I'm confusing myself. So just give me a second. Weird talking alone. So, do you have any other ideas of what I could do as far as what would people like to hear? That would be good. And by the way, Mary, did that make any sense to you, the reading? Again, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's so weird. I cannot find these things. It is Sharon Hayward. I was right. How many times have I said I was right? God darn it. Okay. Anyways, she says, would love to know if some luck with a new job is coming my way soon. So Sharon Hayward. Timestamp that, please. Oh, that's just funny. Now I can't get it down. We're going to do the 1 minute reads. Yeah, 1 minute reads. Okay, here we go. Sharon Hayward. Finances and job and career. All right, so as I'm looking, you're going to get a job. That's it. I see my money coming in. It won't be... if you take some of these choices, like for instance, they show me that you're in your head and not in your heart, and you're going to take it because you feel like you have to. And in some of this, you get very discouraged because deep down, you don't really want just to take a job, which is just over broke. There's a part of you that wants to have a career and move forward, but there's a part of you that just fears the judgment of trying to be who you are. Like for instance, because I'm being me and doing this, I'm going to have the fear of judgment calling me out, calling me these nasty names. But didn't get born in this body just to please them. And besides, if you're going to do things on the air, you're going to have to deal with trolls. But it is that you have to correct yourself. Now, this is a very old habit for you that actually causes you, 4 years old, that causes you not to go after what you want. You shut down your creative ability. And because you've done that, it keeps you from doing what you really want. Aw, that's so sweet, Mary. Oh, let's see. Oh, good. It made perfect sense. We gotta, you gotta be patient with yourself, because life's been attacking you for so long, and we have got to get that back up. And Spirit knows you will, and it's just you'll get there. Those angry faces, and I don't have to take a personal. Mary, hey, my friends shared 6 groups, dear. My page, that's really full of goodness. Oh, you're so sweet. Yes, so thank you. Yeah, people don't want to get to know people. It's, trolls are meant to just be nasty. That's what they do. Okay, so the next reading will go out to Danielle Dowdy. Well, I can never say her name. Hit the timestamp, Amy. I need to have the timestamp and the names of these. And if you could send it to me, that'd be great afterwards. So this was for Danny. And Danny, you wanted this on the 3rd of October. And I'm going to honor this. So you're all excited that you got to see me, learning to listen to Spirit. Also, since you won't be reading, I highly recommend taking... Also, since you won't be reading these guys out loud. Oh, you're funny. Okay, so I'll just be quiet for a minute. I highly recommend taking... Oh, that's the software thing she was referring to. Still trying to keep up with, and sometimes my brain just doesn't want to let me. So let's talk about that brain. All right, so as you're doing your best to be who you are, one of the things that comes up is disdain. And if you look up disdain, you have contempt, you have all these other things. Do you have it for them? No, somebody has it for you. It's in the environment. So you have to look at how the environment may not be healthy. You're looking at people's personalities. And is this when you're younger? This might be now because of certain triggers. And then you look back at how you know it when you were a kid. And when you were a kid and had this energy happen, then you created an auto response. And the auto response was to be panicked. Every time those energies would be like that, you're supposed to panic. And then if I ask why, they said at 3 years old, you got into trouble. And it was the punishment that scared you. And so then you weren't going to have that punishment that scared you. So you're going to be panicked, and you're going to constantly be looking in the environment. And your brain at that time said it's negativity. And as soon as you see negativity, then you have this pattern. So you may want to tap out, even though I panic when I feel negative energy. That's why they want you to look at how contempt and things are. Virginia Flores, she just sent it to me. Thank you. That's not okay. Shannon ALKE. Is the fellow pursuing me now sincere, or is he just another repeat from the old cycle? Okay, that's a good question. And with these, I always like to use the cards. Is this person being sincere? Free yourself. It says free yourself. It's time to take back control. Before you go into, if you're carrying the baggage from an old relationship of how you know things, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're going to constantly have this old cycle appear, it will appear no matter what relationship you have. It will have to show its ugly head. So you're going to have to find out what it is and heal it out. Now, if you healed it out, the question then becomes, is this person sincere? And he's going to show up as a past life relationship. And if I asked, what is the old dynamics of this past life relationship? And that is that you make yourself irrelevant and make him important. And then that sets up the relationship so that you will, again, put yourself last, and or you are hoping that by giving love, you're going to receive love. And if you more love you give out, the more you get back. But in this case, it just causes him to treat you in maybe down the road that, why aren't you getting me coffee? Don't you love me anymore? So, I can feel some energies where he could follow along with another thing that you have to address down the road, if that makes any sense. Now, Josephine Rock, and timestamp this, Josephine Rock, she has pain. Now, I know I talked about that before, but she has asked me several times now. It goes back to such worthlessness, that energy. So what I think for you to understand is that the pain that you have is, which meridian is it that's causing it the most? The liver. You're going to need to get a magnet, and you're going to need to put it on. Oh my God, where's my paper? Oh, there goes my computer. So I'm just going to stop the timer. All of a sudden, chaos happened, and that's related to you. Your chaos is what's causing. And anything specific about this? They said, yes, there's guilt for not being, when they exert power, there's guilt. I feel like you have to be guilty, like, oh, I didn't do it right. Oh, I didn't do what they expected. And literally it causes the liver meridian to get stuck. Now, you're going to use your magnet here and here, and you'll see two bones, the two toes that come together, and the tip there where the two bones meet. You're going to use a magnet, use both sides of the magnet over on these two 12 times, and then take your thumb and you rub in there a good 30 times each. And is there any other meridian that's causing that pain? Yes, large intestine. And you know how rejection is going to feel. So the way the two bones come together right there, make sure you use the magnet on both sides on each of those and rub those out, because your body is just stuck and paralyzed in this particular aspect of yourself. Your body is just doing reaction over, over, over. And it's actually kind of annoying and sickening. Your body's like, oh, again. So you have to go deeper. Practice doing that as often as you can. Patricia Henson. There's invading energies coming in. And if I ask, what are they? They're negative, and they coming from a person, place, or thing. It's past experiences. So you have a past. And they said when you were 30, there was a past experience, an arrested development. That's what it reached up. What was what? Self-guilt. And this self-guilt pops up, and that invades. This self-guilt is invading the gallbladder. And there is under pressure to maintain something. So do you want to do? So you would take your hand or a magnet and you would roll out 3 times, invading self-guilt in the gallbladder. Say invading self-guilt in the gallbladder, invading self-guilt in the gallbladder. And do that 3 times to see if you can get that out. And I can't tell. I think that might be all there was. And if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. We'll get you next time. Get back to the main screen. Okay, so, because this is the new page, Debbie Libby Dyson. Now, the thing is that how do we get a rental we want, hon? Okay. These kind of questions. You can understand that's when I'm reading it, there'll be the things that stop you from, so will you get that rental? Yes. Will it be the one you want? Yes. Is there, and I'm using the pendulum if you're curious. I'm listening to spirit lending. Stop her, your doubts and fears. Anything else in particular? Are you used to people throwing their weight around, and do you have to barter, and do you have to do all these crazy steps before you actually get something? They said there's a strategy pattern. So you're going to have these ups and downs. That's just like normal patterns for you. And so in the long run, you usually get what you want, and you usually get this particular, but you have to go through this particular strategy. And again, it keeps going into, yes, you're going to get this. Still goes back into, yes, you're going to get this. Okay. Sure. And Marie says, oops, what the heck? Could I please get a reading about the little people in my house? Yes. And what am I doing? Push that off. I got to find the right screen. Very good. They're sad for you because I feel like they love you and they worship you and they watching you losing power. It's like if you're watching Harry Potter and the Death Eater comes in and tries to suck out the soul, I feel it's like they're watching you lose that particular thing. And if I ask, is there any attachments? No, it's just you not knowing you're emotionally attached to this, that it just sucks the life force. You really need to, which emotion that causes you to really allow this is your self-imposed limitations that I can't go do this. I can't. So now I would definitely say you need to change how you believe you can't. Okay. Yeah, because those little guys are going. If you ever hear any crying, it's strangely enough, you'll hear it. Yes, remember to like and follow and share, and so that way you can be notified if I do it. I do other shows, Debbie, just in case you're still here, but I do it on my other fan page. So just to let you know, Facebook, I do it on Facebook as well. Amy says, when is my next bitch slap? Well, first of all, you have changed your life around to suit me without realizing it, because you want me in your life. And Spirit says your next bitch slap is that you're putting your eggs in the wrong path. Now, yes, we're going to work together and help work and do things, but at the same time, you're avoiding certain parts of your life that are in Minnesota. Then your bitch slap will come on a physical aspect, which means your health is just going to be ups and downs, up and down, no different than what you have now, but it's just going to get very chaotic. And Spirit says you're creating some karma. Are you? With me? With her life? With the karma is what? Believing what? Believing, you're believing you can't do something. And so you're trying to actually keep yourself busy. And Spirit says that's not the case. Oh, that's interesting, Amy, why don't you send Debbie the other Facebook page, so that she knows. Like every now and then I'll do shows on here, but the majority of them will be Monday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. This is South Australian time. And usually for 2 hours, but today we went for 4. And that's on another page. Medicine Woman Brenda, that's not it is, but both pages are called that. But the actual link would be, which I can't grab it right now because I'm on the wrong account. And hello from India. Yes, Lenore, I'm back on. I had to finish off some emails. So yeah, I'm trying to boost this channel. Neha, so Lenore, how are you doing? Did you hear what happened when we hung up? All the high pitch into the group. Yeah, we really changed that frequency. All right, Neha, aggro. Okay. When we look at that, I'll give you a 3-minute read. Energetically, who acts mean? People act mean. You act mean. You think people act mean. Act mean, and you get somewhere. So I don't know. I'm assuming that where you grow up, is that it's normal for people if they act mean. Then that's where you get, and you're like, but I don't want to go down that track. You don't want to have to hold contempt for people, but people are saying that this is how you're supposed to think, and you're like, nope, I don't want to do that. So then you feel like you're pushing a rock up a hill. So it's overtime hopelessness, but you're going to make it through, because the more that you break away from what they're doing and the more you connect with your heart, you're going to know that you're doing it correctly. And you're going to think yourself and with your heart, think and feel that you have something better coming, and know it's so. So practice doing gratefulness. Okay, well, I didn't see your question because you just said read, and I gave you a read. I wondered about the Facebook changes, my dear. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. Okay, I just want to get on for a few minutes and see what happens. I thank all of you for being here, and I will talk to you later. Okay, I think that's what we'll do. All right. And if you want to see me, I have another medicine woman, Brenda. It'll be in the yellow shirt. That's my other fan page, and that's how you find me. Debbie, hold on. Let's see if I can get access to this particular thing. Because I was hoping that Amy could. That link is, let's see. If you type, oops, that's going to close it. If you type in the fan page, or if you type in Medicine Woman Brenda, you'll see two. One is in the yellow. I've looked. Okay. No, just a second. Amy, are you really there? I know you can copy and get a link off my other one, and then you can, not on my phone. Debbie Libby. Well, just you can get in my email. Can you see my personal profile, Debbie or Deb? Because if you can get in my personal profile, there's one in the black shirt and there's one in the red. Either one of those, and I'll personally send you the email or the correct link. Oh, Lenore did. See that, Debbie? There it is. Thank you, Lenore. Yeah, right there it is. Woohoo. That's the correct one. So anyways, it's been a long, wonderful day. And there we go. There. Now I got to get back to the right screen. All right. We will talk to you guys later. And stay blessed.